What's up, you guys? This is Devin from CenturyFX Studios, and we're back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Panasonic GH5s and whether it's coming out or not. Here's the thing. First off, we want to explain what Panasonic is. For those of you who don't know, Panasonic is the cheap man's video camera. Panasonic gives us some of the best video cameras and Micro Four Thirds cameras, point blank period. They have great software, they have great features, colors, dynamic range, and all this stuff. Now, it's not as good as Sony and the bigger full frame bodies, but they're contenders. The Panasonic mirrorless Micro Four Thirds bodies are contenders to go past what some of the DSLRs, full frame and bigger frame cameras can do because of their ability to make better software in their cameras. They have better low light, they have all these other things that you would think a big sensor would have, but in a smaller sensor, in a smaller package for a smaller price. One of the big claims to fame was the GH series, which we're talking about today. The GH series is based off of the cameras that they have. The cameras they have are video centric. These video centric cameras in the GH series start off with the GH1, 2, 3, the extraordinarily popular GH4 for its 4K, and also the latest in the series, the GH5. The GH5 hadn't came out that long ago. It has been out for almost less than a year now, but we're coming up with an update, which is an S, and usually when manufacturers put the little S or the little asterisk, a little extra beside a little star, whatever they want to do, they put a little extra letter beside it. That means it's a minuscule update. It's not changing a lot about the camera. It's just highlighting itself for one main purpose. And they say that this purpose is low light video. And this should be a contender for the Sony A7S. The Sony A7S series of cameras, known for its low light. Known for everything about low light. You can take a video in candlelight if you wanted to and have great low noise, almost no noise images. And that's due to its 12 megapixel sensor, low megapixel density, but high dynamic range ability. Panasonic is a contender in this whole Nikon, Sony, Canon world because, first off, the DSLRs were having trouble adopting 4K. The file formats and all this other stuff. But Panasonic was like, oh yeah, we mirrorless, we can do that. We can do that for $1,600. We can do that for $2,000. When your DSLRs cost $3,000 and $4,000 and $5,000 and $6,000, we can do this for $1.5 and give you all the features you want, the log, the color space, the frames per second, and all this other software-based stuff based on our programming. And we can give it to you for less than half the price of a DSLR with a bigger sensor. Maybe a little bit more shallow depth of field, maybe guaranteed low light, but we can do something better with our software. So when they start doing that, they start getting popular and start forcing, I want to say forcing, Canon and Nikon to up their game on the 4K and all those other things that cameras can do and their bigger cameras should do, but they don't. Especially not at lower prices. Yeah, the Canon 5D Mark IV can do 4K, but at an inefficient codec. The coding's bad on the 4K. It's just a big file size, hard for my computer to get to it, all this other stuff. And the 1DX Mark II is the same. And Canon was supposed to be the beast for video. Now, with that being said, Canon has an awesome 1080p with a dual pixel autofocus, but it's hard pressed to even get 60p with Canon cameras as far as frame rate, so you can't make slow motion out of your 1080p, but Panasonic allows you to do that. And Panasonic might have some glitches on their focus, but they have a lot of things that they can work on, and this GH5s should be working on that thing and should be a contender for all the mainstream cameras nowadays, mainstream popular camera brands. And I really think this is awesome. What do I expect to be in there? Yeah, 4K at 60 probably. It's no real like facts, like concrete, these are the specs that's going to come out, but they're probably going to have some 6K downscale stuff in there, some things that'll help them get better quality imagery out of their camera. And they're probably going to focus on low light, so it's probably going to be less megapixels and probably have some software tweaking in there just to get the best out of, you know, covering up all the noise and all the other stuff. It's going to be an awesome camera, guys. I'm assuming it's going to come out. Petapixel, I think, came out with some stuff. There was some other, main websites that they probably have some factual statements going on with the rumors here. So, with that being said, I'm excited about the GH5s because it's going to bring down the price of the GH5 and the GH4. These are cameras that can do 4K and do it great. And if you shoot it manually, as far as manual focus, you don't have to worry about anything else. Give me your comments. Tell me what you think, guys. What do you think about the GH5s? Is it a fluke? Is it real? Is it not? Are you getting it when it comes out? If it comes out ever? If it's a thing? If it's not? With that being said, I'm done with CenturyFX Studios. And have a happy holidays, guys.